What's up, worm sandwich?
That's it?
I don't fucking know. It's raining out. I went with worms. I was just default to worms.
Just default to worms. How did Toad do with the storm?
Terrible.
Yeah.
It started raining so fucking hard and I had the back door open, so it sounded like a waterfall. And then he started shaking, and then I closed the back door and put him on my lap, and then it started thundering, and then he was just a shaky mess for a half an hour.
And at my house, it started raining and it sounded like a waterfall, and I immediately fell asleep.
Yeah. And I text you like, hey, are we recording? And you're just nowhere.
The difference between your house and my house, it rains. Your house, chaos. My house, coma sleep.
I swear I probably would, especially how I feel today, I probably would have fallen asleep too, but you can't fall asleep when there's a shaking dog just like on your chest.
Just
Have
a
to
vibrating meatloaf.
literally, and they get so hot, and then you just have to take care of the baby, and now he's sleeping. I got him 3 toys on the way home from my dad's today. I stopped at the pet store and got him 3 toys.
What was going on at Dad's?
I went, well, they have my little nephew every other weekend now, and he's 3, and he's very cute, and I haven't seen him in a minute. So I was texting my dad when I woke up, and he's like, your grandma's on her way over, and Jackson's here. So I literally just, I went to the bar, I went out last night, and I still have all my bar makeup on, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just get in the car and go see my family. So I went there, and they were very surprised, and my little nephew was so fucking excited to see me. He's 3, and I still think he's gonna have that thing where he doesn't know who the fuck I am. You know, they don't know what, they don't see you every day, so I don't know if he's just like, oh, this lady, I don't know, but he called me Auntie Jess, and it was so fucking cute, and he showed me every toy that he has, and he had one shirt on, and then he had another shirt on under it, so he ripped his fucking shirt off and showed me the other shirt, and showing me all of his cars, and we colored together. It was so freaking cute.
It's just about the time when his memory's going to start working.
I know.
About before 3, there's no clarity there. So it's around 3 and 4 when they start to make those memories that are going to last forever.
He is so cute. He's so nice. He's so polite. Like, all of his toys were so sick, and I'm like, this is cool, and this is cool. And he's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, he says thank you after everything. And
What kind of toys?
well, we were playing with color changing Hot Wheels.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
put him in, I know, you put him in water. He had one that was purple and it turned pink. And then he had all different car racetrack things and a dinosaur thing and an airplane, and he has everything. My dad is me. My dad to him is me to Toad. There's toys everywhere. The kid has everything, and it's so fun over there. I played with Play-Doh. I did all the things today. It was so wholesome. My grandma was really stoked to see me, and it was really cute. And we colored, and then he let me have the drawing, and I put it on my fridge. So, like, extremely wholesome day for me.
Up north, when my dad was like throwing out all the old stuff that was just laying around in his basement, at one point he goes, and there's like 9 or 10 of those big plastic bins here. And I go, of what? And he goes, of Miles's toys when he was like 3 and 4 years old.
Oh my God. So
Like,
$1 million in there.
There's $1 million in there.
Does Miles want them back?
Miles said, do not throw them away. I want my toys.
Yeah, no shit. If we still had our stuff.
If I would have had grandparents who saved my stuff, this would be a different world, a much different world.
All I still have is like my old Lego box, and that's not worth shit.
No. Even though there are some Lego pieces that are worth like thousands of dollars.
Okay, I should probably look at those.
You should, because they don't make them anymore. And they're really rare for Lego collectors.
Okay, I know about those like black dragons or green dragon or whatever the fuck washes up on wherever that is. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
There is some place in the world like Scotland or Ireland or somewhere where there was a tanker flipped over, and I don't know what it is, a squid, octopus, a dragon. There is some piece where they lost like 1,000 of them or something, and that was the only ones they ever made. And now every once in a while they wash up on the beach and they're worth like so much money, and people find these little Lego things.
No.
There's a black octopus and a black dragon, I think. I don't fucking know. The Lego people at home know what I'm talking about.
There's also Legos that are two-toned, where it's like half of it is red, half of it is green, and they only made those for a short period of time. So like if you have any two-tone Legos, people are dying for them.
I don't think I have any of those. Did you know too that Play-Doh has glitter in it now?
I didn't know that.
I know his Play-Doh. There's a gold Play-Doh that's sparkly, but it looks, when the kid is playing with it, it looks like a ball of peanut butter. It's like light brown.
Does it still smell like Play-Doh?
I think I didn't really smell it, but the one I was playing with was like neon, and I don't think we had neon colors either. We just had primary colors. So there's like neon ones now, and I had a neon orangey pink one, and you look at it really close, and it has like very fine fine glitter in it. I was really impressed.
Did you have Play-Doh toys when you were little? Did you like have
Yeah.
I had the barber shop.
I don't know if we did. I had the standard squishy thing where that comes out and it makes like noodles.
Yeah, so the barber shop was kind of that. Came with like a Lego or a Play-Doh person, and they had holes in the top of their head, and then you'd pack them with Play-Doh, and then you'd push the lever down, and they would grow hair, and then you could cut it with Play-Doh scissors.
I'm having that thing where you don't remember if you really had it or if you just saw the commercial every day and it's like a whatever
Like
that is.
you always wanted it.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually had it or if I didn't have it, but it was really fun to play little stuff all day. He's so cute and he has so much energy. I'm like my dad's dogs are running all over the place and it's just like hectic and crazy. And then I come back and it's so quiet here.
Kind of quiet.
So quiet. Yeah. Well, I mean, today it is. Toad's usually barking all fucking day long, but
Like all the toys I have are just toys that I bought back from the stuff that I used to have.
yeah, I have some of those. I still have something around here. I know I do, but I've been an eBayer for literally my whole life. So at any point in my life, if I was low on money, I sold every fucking thing I had.
Yeah. The only thing I ever sold that I'm still really mad about is my record collection because working at a record store from 1987 to 1989, oof, like all of the first Nirvana 7-inches, all of the first Sub Pop 7-inches, like the first Guns N' Roses album, like everything was that right in that span of time.
That's
I was
gonna
just
make me throw up.
taking it all home, and I just thousands of records, and selling it was,
Because you don't know. Because at that point, you think you're selling stuff for double the value, and you're like, oh, I made 100% back. And then you don't know in 20, 40 years, it's going to be 10, 20 times that. You don't have like the foresight.
When I bought a Nirvana 45 for $4.99 and sold it for $30, I was like, I can't believe I got $30 for that fucking 7-inch. And now that 7-inch is like, I don't even know, it's got to be a few $100s, if not a couple thousand.
Dude, this is not the same, but when crypto started, I bought all of the shit so early. I had so many shares of Doge for like 0.000003. Like I had so many shares. I had Ethereum. I had all of it. I would say 2 years ago, I dumped it because it was huge. I think I honestly made like $2,500, which for what I think I put in $300 fucking dollars. So I did really good. But listen, when I look it up now, it's not good for me to look at it now. It's really not. It's like tens of thousands of dollars, and I fucked up so bad. I should have just held it for longer, but I didn't because I made the return that I thought I fucked up.
There's stuff that I've sold that I thought this is the breaking point of it.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I thought I was doing too.
Yeah, and then it continues to go up. Like I had this signed hockey jersey from ICP.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, it was like 2003 or 2004, and I was like, okay, I sold it for like $700 or something.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Got it for free.
Yeah.
And I sold it for $700. I'm like, it's never gonna go up past this. I recently saw it. I think it's the same one. I mean, I know they did more than one jersey, but like I recently saw it, and one of them sold for like $6,000.
Oh, come on.
And I was like, oh.
No, that stuff makes you want to throw up. That's not good. That's not good for the soul.
It's not. Teaches you a life lesson. Hold on to everything.
I can't. I already do. That's the thing when we're talking about this shit. We've already held on to the thing for like 20 years and then we sell it. And then it's like, oh, was I supposed to hold on for another 20?
I forget that I look at eBay and stuff and they have like these collections of UFO magazines from the 90s. And it's like 15 copies of UFO Universe and UFO Magazine, 15 copies for $75. And I'm like, oh, I have literally hundreds of copies of those magazines. I don't realize that they're 35 years old.
Yeah, everything we have is old. Nothing in my house is new at all. One more thing about my cute little 3-year-old nephew that like lit up my life today and made me think that we're already the same person, even though but he's still my blood relative. So I go, just out of nowhere, I'm trying to make conversation because he's tiny. I'm like, Jackson, what's your favorite movie right now? And my brother is saying one of them, they're both saying a different movie and I can't hear either. And I'm like, somebody stop talking. Tell me what your favorite movie is. Turns out right now, his favorite movie is Twisters. And I was so fucking excited. I'm like, I love that movie. And then he, out of nowhere, he goes, "There's a real tornado in the movie." I'm like, I know. I love it. And then my dad's like, "They're making another one." And I'm like, I know. I'm like, I'm so into it. I'm so into Glenn Powell. I'm so excited. So basically me and my 3-year-old nephew are the same person.
So I sent my dad Twisters on Blu-ray
Yes.
because he hadn't seen it.
I'm sorry, that movie is a good time.
And he called me, and I also sent him the first 2 seasons of Jack Reacher on Blu-ray. So so he called me to tell me that he loves the Jack Reacher and loves Twisters because he's a big fan of Glenn Powell.
Yeah, mate. Who is not? Who is not?
Once again, my dad like pulling out actors' names like he's you. Like, I'm a big fan of Glenn Powell.
Who is not? That's the thing, is I was unfamiliar with his game, and then I watched like 3-4 of his movies, and and I've seen him in interviews, and he's such a delight. And now it came out today, that I think Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney are dating.
Ooh.
They did a romantic comedy together that was very cute. It's on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called right now, but she broke up with her fiance, and now they were seen at Glenn Powell's sister's wedding.
I was trying to figure out how my dad knew who Glenn Powell was.
The Hitman? Does he like the Hitman?
He likes Hitman and Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I still didn't watch Top Gun. Hitman's pretty good. Hitman's a fun time. Oh, when I was thrifting with my dad the other day, I found he was like, because I'm I'm a fucking sniper, and I know what everything is worth. And I walked down the silver aisle, which I never even look at the silver. And there was like the prettiest picture, like it's a teapot, but it has like mid-century attitude. It's like it's neat. It's different. I'm like, I know this is worth something. It's crazy looking. And I looked it up and I showed my dad. They had a price of $13 on it, and it was worth, the last sold for $165. And he was like, shooketh. I'm like, that's not even one of our best flips. I'm like, me and Tenny have made some bank, but I just knew by looking at it, you just know.
It's always funny to me because I put in for that. You sent me the link to put in for the Antiques Roadshow again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always funny for me when I watch the English version of Antiques Roadshow because everyone is British and no one cares how much something is worth. They're like,
just don't get excited.
They don't get excited. They're like, well, actually, the copy of this book, this is the best one we've ever seen. And they're like, it's worth, approximately anywhere from 50 to 60,000 pounds. And then the person is like, oh, I didn't expect that. And I'm like, I would be jumping the fuck around if someone had told me 60 or 70, equivalent of 60 or $70,000 American. And they're like, oh, right, that's pretty brilliant.
They're like, oh, I guess I should stop putting this under the crooked chair.
Yep.
They always have this, oh, I guess I should stop. Well, like when there's those blankets or like the whatever tapestries, and like, oh, I guess I should stop covering myself with this to watch the telly.
This is the one that we hang over the window when it rains to keep the
literally. But no, so I did buy the teapot, and I had to buy silver cleaner, so I have to clean it, and then I'm gonna list it. I kind of do want to keep it because it's beautiful, but I'm not gonna. I'll just sell it.
Silver polish.
I know. I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
That's some fucking old man Tenny stuff right there.
I know.
Get yourself some Brasso.
I think it's something with a W. I don't remember, but I gotta clean it. But it's very beautiful. But
shout out to Brasso for keeping all my brass and silver shiny all these years.
They're not gonna hear you.
I don't think it's a company anymore. I don't think they've been a company since 1960.
Oh, God.
Well, let me do a quick recap for the last time we did an episode. I was taking my dad to get surgery. And so I took my dad to get surgery. Everything is fine. The surgery went well. The worst part about it was that I had the room that he booked the room himself, and he booked a handicap accessible room, and it had one king bed, and they did not have a rollaway bed, and they did not have a hide-a-bed and a couch. So I slept for 2 days in a hotel room where he had me turn the heat up to 81, and he likes to sleep with all the lights and the TV on. And I just laid next to him and did not sleep for 2 days.
That was a nightmare, bro.
And I had to do Bigfoot Collectors Club from the lobby of a hotel.
Yeah, that was crazy.
with you. Very funny.
I didn't even know hotels had computers that you could use anymore.
I didn't either. I was shocked when they were like, "You can try this, it'll work." But then it had like a countdown timer, like you can only use it for 60 minutes or something like that.
Crazy. So wait, so then
So that was the dad update. He's fine.
that's good.
He doesn't think they did it right, but everything is fine.
You still didn't even tell me what it was.
So he went to go and get like his veins checked. So he's got bad circulation in his legs, and they said like some of the veins are kind of cloggy and old. So they have to go in and they like clean out the veins so the circulation gets better. And as my dad said, it feels great. My leg feels great. I think they did something wrong.
That's a hypochondriac. But so am I, so
But it was so weird. He showed me the pictures of the before and after, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a problem.
well, they're good if they fixed it.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I asked because that's disgusting,
It's
but
pretty gross.
good for him.
And it's not done in a hospital. It's done in like an outpatient,
Ugh.
like it literally looks like it's an outdoor mall, and it just says like vein center, and you go in and then they like dope you up and put a balloon in your vein and
What?
blow it up.
What?
Blech.
I don't know why. Listen, do you remember those like water snake things?
That's exactly what I was thinking when he told me.
I haven't thought about those since I was 7 years old.
Wait, are you talking about the ones you can't hold because they slip out of your hand?
Yes.
Yes. That's what
Why
I
did that
was
just pop in
thinking
my head? That's what our veins are. I gotta get my little nephew one of those.
Now he's got to get his other leg done.
Oh,
He's going to get it done somewhere else because he thinks this place fucked him.
okay. He said it feels better.
That's what I kept
What
telling
does he
him.
want?
I'm like, what do you want? It feels better. It looks better. His leg colors are different.
Wow.
Like one looks like it has blood flow to it now. It's crazy.
Dang. He should probably just go there again.
Nope, never going back. Never going back.
All right. Well, shout out to Veins. I don't know what to say.
Shout out to Veins and 1970s wiggle worms.
Yep. Just water worms. Wait, we started the episode with worms and came back to worms again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, slight update on crazy update actually on okay, so I told y'all last week about the guy from Ghost Adventures. His wife tried to get him killed, which is crazy. So listen, the story gets even fucking crazier because you know how I watch every true crime doc under the sun.
Of
So
course.
there's this true crime doc on Paramount Plus that I had watched fucking, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago. I don't remember when it came out, but it's called Control Alt Desire, which is the worst title ever.
The worst name ever. That is some
like a
fucking
porno.
programming manager garbage.
Worst title ever. So listen, this guy, the subject of the true crime doc, his name is Grant Amato. Basically, throughout the doc, you learn that his family had money. He's like a fucking incel idiot at his house. He falls in love with a Bulgarian cam girl. Says he thinks he's gonna be in love with her and run away with her. He kills his entire fucking family. To take their money. So the fucking lady that's married to the Ghost Adventures guy saw this doc, not kidding, saw what he did, contacted him, was in contact with him. That's who she asked to do. Like, I don't think, well, he's fucking in jail for life, but he knows he was the middleman. She was asking him to get somebody that he knows to do it. And I don't know if she was acting like she was in love with him too, or if she was just using him. But like this guy from the true crime doc is like wrapped up in the fucking story. And that's who and that's how she found him and contacted him in jail. And
She sounds like the worst.
The worst.
I always came up with the worst
that?
something, but I decided to stick with just the worst.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Were you barking? What'd you hear?
I hear him huffing.
I know. I think it was me. I think I kicked something and he thought it was outside. You're doing a good job, Toad.
I don't know if you want to have someone murdered if you go to a person who's already in jail for not doing it right.
Yeah, they literally fucked it up. Why are you asking? What is this story? And now when there's a doc about her and this whole story, those two stories are going to go together. Listen, this isn't. Listen, I got to tell you one other thing. I have not told anybody yet that doesn't have anything to do with anything. But I heard this story last night that I've never fucking heard in my life. This true crime story. It happened. Wait, hang on. What was the year? Let me just set the scene for you guys. The year. It doesn't actually fucking matter. Anyway, it was in like 85 or something. This guy, never heard this story before, and I've heard all of them. And I'm barely listening. The show is on TV. I'm barely fucking listening. You're tuned out. The part that I tuned back into that made my brain come back to life was this guy. I don't know, remember what he did. He killed some people. I don't fucking remember what he did. So he's on the lam. He kills somebody else. He kills a lady. And he's trying to get, I don't remember if it was from Canada to here or from here to Canada. He crosses the border. He talks to the fucking border guard he killed a lady and cut off her whole fucking scalp and her face and put her fucking scalp and face over his fucking face and talked to the border guard and got through the border.
What?
I swear that's a real, I'm not kidding. I swear that's a real story.
That's wild.
I don't even know how that happened, but he got through and then he got caught and then they found this lady in his back seat. But how did that story not get back to me this whole time?
I wonder if it's just like the border guard is afraid to say anything because they're like, oh, it must be some medical.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm like, okay, did he put sunglasses on? But what about the hole around the fucking mouth? But I don't know. But his name is Alex Mengel. It's Mengel. If you guys don't believe me, you can look it up because it's real. And I was horrified.
That's wild.
Maybe it wasn't 85. Maybe it was 95. I think they said something about him maybe being inspired by Silence of the Lambs.
Nothing for border guards, but one time I had to go to Canada with my friend from Japan who wasn't allowed to go to Canada, and he couldn't speak English and very well. And you know, when you go to the border, they ask you what your nationality is, and you have to say U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the back seat with some other friends, and I said, just roll the window down, and when they ask you what country you're from, I said, you just move your lips to make it look like you're saying US, and then I from the front seat will say US for you, and people are so used to seeing Japanese people dubbed in English, it'll make sense and we'll get through, and it absolutely worked.
Oh my god. That like re-triggered memories for me. I remember that, like when it was you in a car full of friends and they would just be like, yeah, you'd have to be like US, US, US. But now they ask you so many things.
Yeah, now it's a whole different story.
I like forgot all about that.
Yeah, when you and your friends would just take day trips to Canada.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to my friend Kelsey the other day, and she said she went over there for something just for the day. And in my head, I'm like scared to do that now, and I'm scared because I'm fully tattooed, and now they're gripping up tattooed people, and now I'm afraid.
Just vanishing anybody with a tattoo.
I know it's not a good time for me or anybody, or really anybody. And then other updates. I told you guys. I think I said it on here that I thought I roasted my kidneys with energy drinks, but listen. Update. The kidney fucking specialist. I still don't really have any answers for what's happening to me, but I made it a point after everything was done at the end of the appointment. I go, let me ask you one more thing, and she's like, what? I go, are energy drinks bad for you? Am I roasting my kidneys with energy drinks? And she's like, honestly, they're not any worse than regular pop. She's like, people drink pop all fucking day long. It's the same shit. She's like, do I think pop's good for you? No. So they're the same. She's like, I'm like, I think I was drinking them every day for a while. She's like, yeah, that's probably not good because you shouldn't drink pop every day either. But she's like, if you're having a few a week, that's not a problem. And I'm like, thank you very much. I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. No.
I had a kidney doctor, this is 20 years ago or something, but I had a kidney doctor tell me like the worst thing, and this is kind of before energy drinks were on the market because it was 20 years ago, but they were saying like the worst thing that you can drink beyond pop and stuff is like homemade sweet tea and Kool-Aid, because people use so much processed sugar when they make it. Like they just dump cups of sugar into it, and like they were like, that's the worst thing, just because it's so much processed white sugar.
Yeah, I get that. God, Kool-Aid used to be so good when we were little.
Oh my god. And you know what? Kool-Aid, I don't know about you, Kool-Aid was the only, like maybe it's because you're a little kid, it's the only thing that I could throw up multiple times and still drink.
I think you're right. You're right.
Sometimes you throw up and you can never drink that thing ever again. I'll never for the rest of my life be able to drink strawberry wine coolers just because I threw up so bad on them. But like, I think with Kool-Aid, I used to throw up a lot because you drink a bunch and then run around in the heat.
Yeah. And it's just like water at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you're just eating like a whole bag of Cheez-Its. So
I still do that. Other tiny update. I was so excited that Conan O'Brien hosted the Oscars this year, and they have already given him the job for next year. So he's hosting again next year.
Oh, look at that.
I think that's very exciting. I thought he did a great job, and he'll probably do even better next year. Because now he's going to feel like he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So
he's going to be the new Billy Crystal.
I would love that. he was wonderful. And then I got to watch a screener of this movie I was excited to talk to you about this because we remember the source material of this movie. And I don't remember, you will probably remember this. I don't, but there's a movie coming out in theaters on April 4th starring Paul Walter Hauser, who I love, and Walton Goggins is in it, who is having a real moment in the world right now. Everybody's obsessed with him. But the movie's called The Luckiest Man in America, and it's about this scandal that
It's
happened on
about press
Your
your luck.
Yes. I was so excited because I knew you would know. And also, it said the original Press Your Luck ran from 83 to 86, which is crazy for me because that's so short, and it ran on repeats forever.
Forever.
So I remember it in repeats. I didn't realize it was that short of a run. And this guy, well, you'll see in the movie that he kind of cheats, but kind of not. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, he just
Oh, that's a whole movie. Don't say that on here. Cut that out.
I'll beep it.
Yeah, beep it. Yeah. But yeah, it's really good. The set looks really good, and the little whammies are on there. And
People love the fucking whammies.
I know they did. Listen, that was my only critique. I think I wrote that on a letterbox. They did.
Did they use new whammies?
No, they just could have went like they got a. I don't know. I feel like they could have like. There's literally whammies. Like I feel like they could have got. There was some scenes where he's like. You could have made him like losing his mind a little bit. And I'm like, why didn't they have like whammies swirling on the screen? Like they could have got real weird with it, but they didn't. That was like my only critique, but it's good. It's like a real scandal that really happened. If you guys like Press Your Luck or weird like 70s space movies, you should watch it. Paul Walter Hauser is awesome. He was in Blackbird. Every time somebody's like, what should I binge? What should I binge? I'm like, look up Blackbird on Apple TV. It's one of the best shows I've ever watched in my life. He was on it, but it was good. So I watched that.
Well, I tried to go to the movies to see a very, I don't know, the movie that's making everybody talk. I went to the Imagine Royal Oak to see the Snow White movie.
First of all, why would you even go to that? There's so many other movies out. Why would you go to that?
Because there was so much chatter online, I was like, I just want to know for myself. Like, and I'll go in the afternoon. No one will fucking be there. Like, and if it's bad, I'll just leave. Like, that's fine, whatever. So I was like, it's a matinee. It's cheap. I'll just go. So I went to the Imagine. I walked in. There's like nobody in there. Like one person working behind the counter, like for popcorn. And I go up and I'm like, I just want to buy a seat for Snow White. And they're like, oh, we're not showing Snow White. And I'm like, it's literally like on the website and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we're just not showing any films right now.
What the fuck? What?
And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, yeah, we're just not showing any films right now. And I was like, can I go see like Death of a Unicorn? And they're like, the person behind the counter goes, is that a movie? And I go, yeah.
Ew.
And they're like, we're not showing any movies.
Then why's your door open?
So I literally just that's my whole story. So then I just literally left. I went to the library.
What time was it?
Like noonish.
What do they start the movies at like 4? I don't understand.
I think Snow White was supposed to start at 12:45.
I'm so confused.
I was really confused.
Why didn't you just go to a different theater? There's like 15 theaters around us.
Because I was on foot, so it was like I just go to the library instead and look at books.
That was so frustrating.
It was super weird. I did feel like something was going on, like some kind of like theater meeting, because there was nobody anywhere. You know what I mean?
You should have put that on the website. I don't fucking know.
I think it was probably someone's job to put a sign on a door, and they didn't do it. And I was the person who walked into the we're not showing movies today.
You're like, oh, weird. I'm not at a car wash. I'm at a
So strange.
movie theater, I thought. I would be so irritated. That's really stupid. Well, you can watch it at home with everybody else when it's on streaming in 3 days.
Yep, exactly. I did finish the season of Reacher.
Oh, good grief.
It was really good. Anybody that likes that type of stuff, Reacher, this 3rd season is really great.
Tenny is America's biggest Reacher fan. I gotta go. I didn't mean to, but there's a new true crime doc on Netflix called listen, and I'm gonna tell you. It's called From Rock Star to Killer, which is the laziest title that anyone's ever made, but
you got one person coming up with terrible names and then another person just phoning it in.
Like, did it get my attention? Yes. Could it have been a better title? Yes. But anyway, it's called From Rock Star to Killer. Listen, this happened around 2003. So I was like alive. I was a fucking fucking person in this world. I remember things from that time. Listen, when they started this doc, do you know in a movie where like they make a fake news story and they show magazine covers and they're like, so and so did this and that and the other thing, and you're supposed to believe that they were real people? This is how it felt when I was watching it. I'm like, none of this feels real. They're saying that this guy was in one of the biggest bands in the world and that he dated a movie star and all of this shit happened. I'm like, I have never heard of any of these people or any of these things. I really feel it felt so not real to me. I'm like, is this a joke? Is this a fake doc? But no, it all happened. And you're going to have to tell me if you fucking remember it, because I don't. Have you ever heard of the band Noir Désir?
No.
That was his fucking band. And apparently they played arenas and they were fucking gantic. And his name was Bertrand Cantat. And then her name was Marie Trintignant.
They're really pushing rock star here.
And listen, they said both of those names about 3,000 times in the doc. All I hear is they're like Bertrand Cantat and Marie Trintignant and Cantat and Trintignant. And it kept going. I'm like, this is crazy. They just kept saying the words. I'm like, these words have no meaning anymore. So they were in like a crazy relationship and it went very bad. And then everything gets worse after that. But yeah, he was like a crazy rock star. They met. Okay, she was supposed to play Janis Joplin in a movie, which again is crazy because you think if there was a Janis Joplin movie, we would know about, and we don't, because I don't know who the fuck this lady is, and I don't know who that guy is. So she goes, I want to go to a real rock show so I can learn how to be a rock star. And apparently they were the biggest band at this time, even though I have no fucking idea who they are. And then she goes, and then she's like, I want to meet the band after. And then they see each other and they instantly fall in love. And of course, he's fucking crazy. And then he says that she's crazy and bad things happen. But the doc was really good. Like, I was glued to it. It's a three-episode mini docuseries thing. It was really fucking good.
Is it Netflix?
Mm-hmm. It just dropped on March 27th, so it just came out. Like, I binged it all in one sitting. It was nuts.
Did they play his band's music?
It was kind of in the background, so I looked it up on Spotify, thinking surely I'll recognize. Nope, not a goddamn. No recollection.
Nope.
All the songs are in French. It kind of just sounds like I don't know, alt rock, just regular alt rock. It's not Noir Désir. Sounds, I don't know French, but it sounds like Dark Desire or Black Desire or something. So I thought they would be like goth, and then I turn it on. I'm like, they don't sound goth. I don't fucking know. But and really, when it starts, they're showing us, and he's rock star, and they're doing this. I'm like, this is not. It felt like Airheads. I'm like, is this a real movie? Like, is this real? Like, are they real? And I bet there's going to be people in Europe listening to this right now and being like, who was the biggest thing in the world? And I've never heard of them in my life. The way they made it sound, it was the biggest story in the world. He was the biggest thing in the world. She was this big movie star. And I'm like, I have no idea who these people are. Never in my life. How has this story never gotten to me? But it was really fucking interesting. There was a lot of footage. But then I guess like the internet was like not as much of a thing.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
And it wasn't in English. I get it. But it was so...
If something happened to like Scott Stapp from Creed and you showed the doc about him in India, people would be like, this is a big band.
Yeah, right. But you know how they have those like talky, like English, like news shows where they all sit in like a circle and they're like just. So they were talking about this story on all of these shows. It looked like it was such a big story. I'm like, how did this not hit here at all?
I wonder what was going on that knocked it out of our news cycle.
And then it was like one of those things where like they're in the news and then they kind of dies down and then they're back in it. So it's like this happened for an extended amount of time and I have no recollection. But then also this is a side point that I've realized from watching the doc is that I realized that French language, they don't finish the fucking word when they say there can be a whole other half of the word and they don't say it out. They just stop talking. Like, okay, his last name is Canton. So there's 2 more letters at the end that nobody says. And then her last name, Trintignant. And there's like 4 more letters that nobody says. And then it reminded me that the director of The Substance, her name is Coralie. And when you look at the last name, it looks like Fargate or Fargate or Fargier or something. And then when I'm watching all awards season, they say Forja. So you just don't say the end. None of you say the end of words. There's like 4 or 5 other letters at the end. And you just stop in the middle of they just say the whole first name and half of the last name. And that's how you speak French. That's what I learned.
Language is very silly.
If you say part of it, they're just like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Here's a little spoiler for everybody here. Emily Louise has me reading for another one of her docs, and I'm doing a British accent.
Oh shit. She only asked me to do American shit because I sound American as fuck.
I'm doing an over the top British accent.
I've done quite a few for her now, and I get more into it every time. At first, I was just like reading as myself because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But every one that she gives me, I'm like, okay, I'll try and be the person. I'll try and be more animated.
I literally called a person that I know who's British and asked them how to say certain words
Nice.
to get it down.
If you guys want to have any idea what we're talking about, our friend Emily Louise, she makes these mini docs on YouTube, and they're so good and they're so well researched, and they're all about spooky stuff and cults and weird old ghost stories and all the shit that you're into. You look up Weird Reads with Emily Louise on YouTube, and she is the shit, and you'll love all of them. And then you'll probably hear our voices. Even though when we drove to Michigan Paracon this year, I did about 4 voiceovers in her newest episode, and you're in the back seat, and you didn't notice that I spoke 4 times in the car. So I guess I was disguising my voice a little bit.
You were doing little bits.
Yeah. I always get like weird culty ladies and like fortune tellers and shit.
I always get weird researchers. Imagine that.
Well, both of our roles fit really well.
Oh, update. Here's the last update that I have. Last weekend was the Marche de Nain Rouge, and surprisingly, I am always surprised when people show up for it. I actually brought out friend Kyle Mimnum to film it, and we had like 14 people show up on our side, and so I passed out all my signs, and we did what we did. We protested the parade, and then one of the guys who created the parade came up to me about midway before the parade started, and he said, we should talk sometime after the parade because you're going to like the fact that we're taking this in a new direction. Mm-hmm. We're not going to use the word devil or demon anymore, and we're not going to try and chase him out of the city. And so I literally like went back to the group and I was like, I think we fucking won.
You're like, I did. I did it.
Like, I think after 15 years of protesting this parade, I think we fucking won. It was wild.
I saw that because it was written up in the news, and I'm like, wait, they're doing the right thing. Nobody ever does that.
It was crazy. Like, they usually have him come out and he taunts the crowd and says a bunch of bad stuff. And he goes, they have brought the guy out dressed like the Red Devil. And he said to the crowd, he was like, and you know, I used to taunt you. And I used to say things like blah, 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 blah. And he throws out all these like taunts and stuff. And he goes, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm like Detroit's Puxatawny Phil. I come out once a year and you know something bad is going to happen and have a good day. And he literally like turned around and walked inside, and I was like, holy shit, I think we broke them. I think we won. They finally did the right thing.
Good.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why they would want to be like the bad vibe parade for 15 years. It's weird.
There are people, this still freaks me out. So like I walked up, there was a girl who came up to me and said, can I take a picture of your sign? My sign said like Cadillac is a fraud. Mm-hmm. And her boyfriend was with her, and he goes, yeah, what's that sign all about? What's that mean? And I said, well, do you know the story of the Nain Rouge? And he was like, well, yeah, I know it's a demon and we chase it out of the city. And I said, no, actually, it's a lot more problematic than that. Like, it's actually about ridding the Detroit area of its original inhabitants and like calling the Red Man like the devil and chasing him out. Mm-hmm. And the guy looks at me in the face and he goes, yeah, we don't need to hear about that. And he turned around and walked away. And he like grabbed her arm and walked her away, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Ooh. Once again, people like, I don't need new knowledge in my head, thank you. It's so weird.
It's such like a thing in the current world that like the more you know and the more you care, the harder it is to exist right now. It must be so sick to be a stupid ass person right now. Like, you must be having the best time.
Yeah, just the best days, all the days.
Right, because we are fucking miserable.
So I don't know where the footage will show up, but Kyle shot a lot, so
that's sick.
We'll see what happens.
Good job, everybody.
Good job, everybody. We did it.
The last thing that I have to tell you guys about, which you guys are going to have to do your own homework because I haven't watched it and I probably won't watch it because I don't want to, but I feel the need to tell you about it. There is a new documentary that dropped a few days ago called Accursed Man. It's on video on demand.
I have no interest.
I have no interest. I know. It's weird news though, so I feel like I have to tell y'all.
I know.
I tweeted about it and I said, British Zach Baggins just dropped. Mm-hmm. So that's your lead into this story. But this guy, and again, I'm not going to pretend to say this guy's name because it's Liam something. Liam Lejeune something. I don't know how to say his name.
Just go for it.
No, that's what it's Liam, and then the last name is L-E, and then the last word is Guillou. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it says embarks on a. I don't even fucking want to read what never mind. I don't know what the real synopsis is. Listen, this is what he does. It looks like from the trailer, he goes around the world to different magic practitioners, voodoo people all around the world, anywhere, all different kinds of magic. And I don't fucking know what he's trying to do. Prove it's not real, prove it is real. But he goes to all these respected people and sits down like a jackass and says, hex me and let's see what happens, to all different practices. So then we're supposed to watch his journey of how he gets hexed. And from the trailer, it sounds like it works. And then he has to fucking undo it. Nobody that respects magic would ever do that. It looks like a mess. They're straight up laughing at him. The people that he sits down with are laughing at him.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever do that?
Yeah. I have no interest in watching it. The premise seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, I don't know if he's trying to prove or disprove anything, but imagine if I made a documentary, right? Where I traveled around the world and picked out people from every major religion and said like, okay, bless me, make something good happen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how any of it works.
Oh, you didn't do the work and you don't believe. So why am I even talking to you?
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's so disrespectful. He sits down with like legit looking voodoo practitioners and they literally start laughing. I forget the part in the trailer, but he says something it was something like, do you think I'm stupid or something? Or do you think this is smart? And they essentially call him stupid to his fucking face. What an idiot.
I have no interest.
I have no interest. I can't watch it, but I do. If you guys have watched it, tell me how bad it is.
There was a documentary, I won't call it out by name, but there was a documentary that came out many years ago where some investigators were like, we're going to go to a place that no paranormal investigators have ever been before. We're going to this allegedly haunted location where all these murders have happened and we're all going to take fucking LSD. Oh, and I was like, I have no interest.
Oh, that's not
like, no interest.
No, disrespectful and weird.
Yep.
No. That's like that shit we talked about a bunch of times where those people go to an island where there's a tribe that hasn't been touched in 30 years and they're like, oh, I'm just going to go there because I think I'm the person to talk to them. Like, don't do that shit. Don't fuck with shit you don't understand.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I don't know. The world's a shit show.
It kind of is.
I know.
Oh, we're in a downer.
I know we did it again. No.
We did it again.
It should have ended with the sorrows.
I saw. Okay, I'll try and lift this up.
One more good thing before we go.
When I was at the Main Rouge parade, I was randomly walking through the crowd holding my sign, and I heard "Hey!" and I looked over, and it was the former lead singer of one of my bands in the '90s. And I was literally haven't seen him in years and years and years. And he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Protesting." Like, and he's like, "Of course." And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I don't know." He's like, "I don't even know why I'm here."
That's the thing. I don't think every year you talk to me about this, no one ever knows why they're there. And it's always on the coldest, shittiest day. And you're like, hey, do you want to go? And I'm like, never. I'm never going.
It's always cold and no one knows what's going on. You can ask the group that was there this week when it ended in front of the Masonic Temple in Detroit. It literally, they had a DJ spinning and it was like, I'm not joking, it was like 40 minutes of just like a pounding bass coming through these giant speakers and everyone looked miserable. Then they brought out kids in inflatable red suits, little kids, and made them dance on the stage for like 20 minutes. So awkward, like kids who had practiced once and didn't really know the moves. It was really fucking weird. That parade is a disaster.
I don't know how that. Well, yeah, I know how it reminded me. But when I went out last night, I saw my friend DJ Skis. Big fan of the pod, so I want to give a shout out to DJ Skis real fast because she is the shit, and she was really good last night. And she loves us, and she loves dogs. She always helps dogs. So shout out DJ Skis.
Oh wait, can we end on a? Can you talk a little bit about your night out?
I went to 2 different birthday parties of people I've known almost 2/3 of my life. They were both very different, and it was really fun. And I went out with Marky C, who I haven't went out with in a long time, my other man bestie, and it was good. It was really great. I saw lots of people that I haven't seen in a long ass time, and both groups of people did not expect me to be there because I never do anything. It was a lot of surprise and very wholesome, and I had a really good time.
And you're hungover.
And I'm hungover a little bit.
That's the reward.
I know. That's why it was crazy that I got up and went to my dad's today. But I did it. And I got Thai food on the way home from Shintai, and it was so fucking good. And I got Toad to Toys, and now I'm doing this. And I'm probably going to fall asleep soon.
I am definitely going to sleep now.
I know. I've slept literally. Listen, I got a Fitbit, you guys. I'm like a real. Listen, and this is the crazy thing. You guys know this about Fitbits that I never knew is I'm trying to be off my phone more and trying to be off social media more. And once you get a Fitbit, you stop doom scrolling the world and you doom scroll your own health. And
Oh,
it's really,
jeez.
really scary. You look at your whole page, your blood pressure, your fucking sleep, how good you slept, your beats per minute, your everything. But it's helping me be more active. It like makes you, shows you what parts of the day you are active and what you're not. And it's making me be better to myself. So I enjoy it. I don't know why I brought up the Fitbit. I forgot already.
Memnon had his during the Marche de Rouge parade.
Because we're both having like anxiety problems. I got on new anxiety meds. They put me on new anxiety meds.
And we hit our steps on Sunday. So
Oh, you did?
yeah, because we were running back and forth to protest.
I need to be better about my steps. I need to be better about my sleep. Here I was thinking I get 8 or 9 hours of sleep a night. Do you know what I average? 6.5 every fucking night. I'm a mess.
Yeah.
And it's not good sleep. I'm awake the whole fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't even know how to fix that, but I'm trying.
Yeah. What you need to do is you need to take, this is, I'll give you my dad's secret remedy for sleeping. You have to take a melatonin pill. You take 4 nighttime Tylenols.
Oh, this is the worst advice. He's giving this as fake advice. Don't do this.
a swig of NyQuil.
Your dad's a drug addict.
And an Ambien.
Oh, listen, you guys. He's saying that sarcastically. His dad really does that, but don't do that. And you're not supposed to take. Listen, and this is another. Me and Katie were talking about this recently because y'all see stuff on the internet about melatonin and you think it's a miracle. You're literally not supposed to take melatonin every day. It messes with your brain. It can bring on Alzheimer's and shit. Don't take it every day. Only take it when you need to. Do not take that every day. And a lot of people do not know that.
Yeah, don't take it every day.
Do that. I do have some by my bed, but I only take it if I have to be up for like something really important at like 8 in the morning, which is never.
I have some by my bed, but I actually I think they're really low dosage, but I even crack them in half before I take them because I know that I don't need that much.
Yeah, it fucks up your brain.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that a happier ending?
I don't know. It was a real roller coaster at the end there.
It was. Okay, I'm done
Been
now.
a minute since we've had so much shit going on, you guys. Sorry. I want to get back to regular episodes because listen, we're not a lot of the months recently. We've only had 2 episodes a month, and that's not good.
Yes, I agree.
So we need to pump out a few more for you guys because I know you're waiting for us.
Yes, and we need to start shouting out people's dogs.
Yes. We do need to do that.
We need to have a dog shout out at the end. That way we can always end on a happy note.
Listen, this is for our Patreons, you guys. We promised some people a Patreon. If it's in your tier, we will shout out your dog on Patreon. That's our new idea.
Your pet.
Yeah, your pet. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be a dog. But can you make a Google form or something so they can write their pet's name and then we'll say them all?
Yeah.
And then I'll put the link in the Patreon?
Yep.
Perfect. Because I don't know how to make those.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, that's all I have.
I need a snack. I need chocolate.
I think I'm going to go walk around out in the wet dark.
It's raining.
I'll take an umbrella.
All right, good job.
It helped me grow like a flower.
Oh my God. We're really getting to that part in the year where you have to help me rip shit out of my front yard. Aren't you so excited?
Oh, no.
I know.
I forgot. But I have my little portable chainsaw now, so I'm really excited.
That'll be sick.
All right, I'm all done.
All right, you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being our friend.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, DM me if you watch that weird documentary. DM me if you have anything to say or questions or I don't fucking know.
I'll have 10 coming up pretty soon.
I know those come around so fast.
I know they come around all the time. I was actually thinking about doing 2 a month.
You should.
I was thinking about it.
No, maybe not every month, but if you have some extra time and you don't have any events, you could jump on there. They would love it.
Yep.
They really love those. Okay, that's all I got. That's all we have.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Everybody together. Okay, bye.